I don't think it's fair. I think that there's a part of me that probably lives with some cognitive dissonance between like my love for cheese.
Spot. We didn't have our chalk, so we were using bark to try to draw your spot right here.
Okay.
But you can
Right
see.
here?
Yes, you're in frame. We're both in frame. And remind me your name.
My name is Lucille.
Lucille.
Yeah.
I'm Cooper. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, Cooper.
So, do you have any companion animals at home?
Yes, I have a cat named Wizard and a little dog Scamper
Wizard
that I
and
got
Scamper.
from my grandma.
Okay.
Yeah.
With the time that you spend taking care of and getting to know Wizard and Scamper, what does it teach you about their personalities?
They definitely have very distinct personalities, and I feel like they're unique. I mean, probably everyone thinks that about their own pets, but
Yeah, I think they definitely are. I agree with you
Yeah.
because like the kitty that we've most recently rescued, they're so much more talkative than some of the other cats that I know, and they're so much more social. Like I know a lot of other kitties who, they might spend a lot of time in their own little corner of the house or, a little bit more to themselves, but they're just such a social cat. So I definitely agree with you that they're individuals.
yeah, and they have their preferences, like their favorite toys and things they like to
Favorite foods.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
Do you think there's a difference between those animals like dogs and cats and them being individuals and other animals like pigs and cows and chickens? Do you think they share this capacity with dogs and cats to have feelings and be individuals?
For sure.
Yeah?
Yeah, totally. 100%.
Yeah.
And you can see it too if you get to know some farm animals and like develop relationships with them.
Right. We sometimes we don't see their personality come out because we don't give them that opportunity because maybe they're just on their own in a shed a lot of their life or something.
I know.
We don't get to see like, well, what toys would they have preferred or what would their favorite foods been? We don't give them that chance. I know what you mean.
Yeah.
Do you think that there's anything that humans need from other animals in terms of their clothing or their food or their entertainment? Or do we have an alternative today in 2026?
That's a good question. I think humans need animals around to learn how to be more compassionate, and just how to connect with each other even,
Right.
Yeah, I think there's too much distance between the farm animals and the animals that we treat as pets,
Right.
when we should be like loving all the animals around us as best we can.
I think that's really beautiful. So I want to get at this question a little precisely. Within the food realm, for instance, at the grocery store that maybe the same grocery stores that you and I shop at, I don't know, I'm a Winco shopper, but at the whatever grocery store or farmer's market we go to, do you think that if someone like you or I wanted to, could we get everything we needed from plants, do you think? Without using animals?
Potentially. Yeah, potentially.
Yeah.
I could see that. Especially because there's such a high demand for meat in our culture right now. I think going more towards plants is necessary to compensate for the destruction that it's causing the environment.
That's some really good points.
Yeah, so like finding ways to like seek out those same nutrients and sustenance from plants is important.
I want to ask about another realm like entertainment because it's a similar principle to what you just talked about where if we have another option, let's kind of exercise it to not exploit animals when we can. Within like an aquarium tank, for instance, do you think it's more fair from the dolphins' perspective for us to watch a nature documentary where they're free in their home habitat versus go to that aquarium and buy a ticket and pay for them or contribute to them being kept in this tank where maybe they don't have much room to swim around and humans are just kind of looking at them? Do you think the nature documentary is a more fair alternative?
For sure, yeah, because then the animal doesn't have to go through any distress of being caged up,
Right.
Like you're not even going to get an authentic experience.
Yeah. It's like, what relationship do you want with somebody that you put in a cage?
Yeah, exactly. And people, it seems like, have been neglecting that concern a lot in our culture.
Yeah. I find it something we just don't think about often. I know before I started thinking about it, before I had a conversation like this with somebody else, I just kind of pushed it to the back of my head. I just ate what I was given, didn't really think about zoos. I went to them as a kid.
Yeah.
But after I reflected, I had to ask, I don't know if this is fair.
No, it's more of a I think human behavior to try to assert dominance, like how dominance is so integral to American culture that we're have to be dominant over nature completely, and it's not fair to the animal at all.
It ties in with other kind of colonial mindsets where, for instance, men want to dominate women. It's like these ideologies which place certain beings above others in a hierarchy and disregard the interests of those who they've deemed lower. It's just, do you agree with me? That's unjust.
Yeah, completely. And something needs to change because, it's just, I don't know, it's inhumane. And it's how would you like it if that happened to you? People don't want to think about that.
It's a hard question because it might make us change if we ask, what if that was me? But it's an important one to ask. I think you're absolutely right. Have you heard of, because obviously you sound like a vegan, have you heard of veganism?
I have been vegetarian for a period of time.
Okay.
But not currently. I have a lot of friends who are vegan though.
Okay.
And I totally support their decisions and respect it because I see a lot of value in that.
I wonder, within your own personal life, what would be the obstacle that you have to saying, I don't really want to relate to animals as resources. I want to relate to them as individuals. What would stop you from joining your friends and saying, I'm just going to start living vegan because I'm here in Portland and I can?
I guess because I love cheese too much.
Oh, okay.
I'm
you really like cheese products?
Yeah, I eat cheese every day.
I see.
So, I try to get good cheese. I try to be mindful of where I source my dairy products and my meat because I just think it's really important that the animals are treated fairly.
Right, I hear you. Do you know much about the family separation within cow's milk industries? It's not something that someone had shared with me until a few years ago, and I was like, we're drinking the milk that was designated for a baby cow ourselves, or we're turning it into cheese or something. And do you think it's fair for us to prioritize, this is a hard question, I don't mean to come at you in any way.
No, it's okay.
Is it fair for us to prioritize our enjoyment of cheese over that cow's preference to have their baby? What do you think?
No, I don't think it's fair. I think that there's a part of me that probably lives with some cognitive dissonance between my love for cheese and where that cheese actually comes from. Right. So I've definitely thought about going vegan several times. I know you asked that earlier. I've considered it, and I don't know. Probably someday I will. Yeah.
When you think about your own principles and how you would desire to relate to other animals, how many more animals would you prefer are exploited within maybe entertainment, but also, killed for food or separated from their babies within milk? How many more would you prefer go through that process in the future for you? Do you think it's more than zero?
No, I would prefer zero.
Yeah.
That's my ultimate desire, but it's I feel there are ways that people could build community and create sustainable environments for animals to live in that are much more harmonious and respectful.
There are better ways to do it for sure. I guess at the heart of it, if an animal is being exploited, if we're putting their interests below ours, or even if we treat them well, do you think it makes it acceptable? Does that good treatment earlier on make it acceptable to later on kill them, do you think, if we didn't need to?
No.
Yeah. I want to ask about that question I asked you about how many more animals, and you said it's not more than zero. Do you acknowledge that living a vegan ethic would be most in alignment with that position you hold?
Yes, for sure. Yeah.
I want to ask maybe one more hard question, and I really appreciate your openness throughout the entire conversation.
Yeah, of course.
My
sister is calling me though, so I should probably.
Oh, you want to wrap it up right here? One more question, maybe?
Yeah, one more question.
Okay.
Is fine.
When you put yourself in the little feet of the chicken, or maybe in the position of that cow who maybe is having their baby taken from them so then we can use their milk. From their perspective, how urgently do you think somebody like you and I should make this switch?
As urgently as you can afford to, I'd say. Yeah.
We're giving out a resource card here that does show some of the more affordable ways to go about it, because we don't want to put people in a position where like they want to help, they don't want to exploit animals, but they don't have a practicable way to implement it.
Yeah.
But I want to talk about really quickly a study that Oxford University conducted, and they determined that in countries like the United States, if we focus on foods like potatoes, beans, rice, legumes, grains, pastas, if we focus on foods like that, fruit, veg, we can actually save up to 30% on our grocery bills compared to the omnivore option.
Yeah.
You really run it up if you want to eat out every day or buy a mock meat for every meal or something.
Yeah.
But if you focus on just like the plants, it's healthier for your body, and it's more in alignment with like everyday people's budget, like you and I.
Yeah, for sure.
Would you take that
Cool.
resource card?
Yeah, totally.
Okay. So.
Oh, I think, is it the same one?
Oh, you got one.
Yeah.
You got one. Okay.
you.
Well, it has our website on there. And then on another side, there's a QR code that says Watch Dominion. We encourage everyone to watch it because it shows not aberrations or like really horrible abuses, but just kind of shows the standards within farms and zoos and slaughterhouses. And while it is a challenging watch, we encourage people to watch it so then they can make an informed choice from then on and decide whether they want to opt in or opt out.
Yeah.
Just knowledge is power. So that's what we're trying to do.
For sure. That's awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
And your name was Cooper?
Cooper.
Cool.
So nice to meet you.
Yeah,
And thank you
so
for stopping
nice
by.
to meet you. Good luck.
Thank you.